Today, boys and girls, we're going to read a fun story called There's a Rabbit in God's Garden. Look at that cute little rabbit there. There's a rabbit in God's garden. There's a rabbit in God's garden. He's so fluffy and so white. There's one thing that bothers me. He's eating everything in sight. Look at all those different vegetables and fruits that are growing in that garden. He thinks God put the lettuce there for him, and the tasty string beans too. He thinks God put the carrots there for him, and perhaps that might be true. For without God, there'd be no garden. All these good things would not grow. There'd be no strawberries, no eggplants, and no carrots in a row. Yes, there's a rabbit in God's garden, which is now a little bear. Okay, he ate almost all of that stuff. Next year, I'll have to double what I plant, so I'll have more to share. Okay, and in the Bible it says, be happy to give and ready to share. Right, so there's a rabbit in God's garden. Now, we've been talking about the letter V, and some things that grow in a garden are vegetables. Do you like vegetables? What kind of vegetables do you like? I like carrots, and I like corn, and I like spinach. There's lots of vegetables, okay? Lots of yummy vegetables, and all the vegetables are there because God helps the gardens to grow. So we're going to do this paper here. It says, what's growing in the garden? And when we were reading our story, we saw there were carrots and strawberries and eggplant and string beans and lettuce, all kinds of different things. So this says, what's growing in the garden? And on the bottom it says V for vegetables. And we've been talking about the letter V. So we're going to do something with vegetables. And first let's look at this paper. Let's look at our shapes. All of our shapes. What shape is this? Remember that shape? That's a square. And this one is a triangle. And how about that one? Do you remember that shape? A circle. And here's a rectangle. And this one is a diamond. Good. All right. So we're going to be matching shapes with things that grow in the garden. All right, let's look at this first shape up here. That is our square. Okay, and look through your pictures that we cut out. Okay, if you don't have them cut out already, see if mommy or daddy or somebody cut them for you. Okay, so these are, you know what this is a picture of? Tomato. Okay, and tomatoes are red, so we're going to find your red square, and we're going to glue the red square right up in here. Okay, you put your glue, and we're going to match our red square with our tomatoes right there on our sign there. Now, a lot of times when people plant a garden, okay, see these little shoots growing up here. When people plant a garden, a lot of times, especially if they plant a lot of different kinds of vegetables or flowers or different kinds of plants, they'll put little signs so that they'll know what they planted and where they planted it. All right, let's look at this shape. What shape is that one? That's a triangle. Okay, look for your shapes and find the one that's a triangle. Okay, what color is this? This is orange. So you know what kind of vegetable that is? Carrots, right. Carrots are orange. So we made our little triangle orange. So we're going to put our carrots right inside this triangle here. Now you want to make sure the words are on the bottom and the picture is at the top. All right, so we have tomatoes and carrots. And let's find this shape. What shape is that one? The circle. Look through your papers and find your circle. All right, and this is a light green color. And this is beans, like string beans or any other kind of beans grow in a garden also. So we're going to take our circle and we'll put our circle to match this one. And again, remember you want the picture on the top and the word on the bottom. All right. Now, let's look at this shape. What shape is that one? Remember that shape? That's a rectangle. Remember the square has 4 sides that are the same? The rectangle has 2 short sides and 2 long sides. All right, what color is this one? Green. All right, this is the darker green. Do you know what this is? This is lettuce. Okay, lettuce is a vegetable. So we're going to glue our lettuce to match this rectangle in here. Okay. Put that in there. And then this last shape is what? That's a diamond. Okay, now find your other paper. Okay, and those are peas. Peas are little tiny green vegetables, little tiny circles. All right, so we're going to put our diamond right in there. So here we see things that are growing in our garden. We've got tomatoes and carrots and beans and lettuce and peas. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to color in our garden. Now, in our story, our little rabbit was white and he had little pink ears, so I'm going to make him the same way. Okay, but you can make your rabbit, he could be brown or he could be gray. Okay, you could make him whatever color, brown or gray, or you can leave him white. All right, so we have our little rabbit there. Now these little seedlings here, when a plant first starts to grow, we just see the little leaves poking up from the ground. So we're going to take our green crayon and we're just going to color these little sprouts that are coming up from the ground. Okay, just those little sprouts because the garden is just starting to grow. And that's why we have these signs so we'll know what's going to be growing, okay, in different parts of the garden. So color all those little sprouts, all those little leaves with your green crayon. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll color all of those in. Few more here. Almost looks like little tiny hearts when they're starting to grow. Those little leaves are starting to come up from the ground. All right. Now in a garden, before the leaves start to grow all around, there's something that the plants are planted in. What are these? What is this here? Yeah, it's the dirt or the soil. Okay, and brown is a good color for the dirt or the soil. So we'll go back and we'll color all around those little green plants with your brown crayon because this is the dirt. Okay, so we'll color all around in there. So we have our soil all colored in. Okay. Color all in this. Color your soil all around your plants so that they can grow. And do you know what some things that plants need to help them grow? Well, we plant the seeds in the soil, and they need sunlight, and they need water. And when you want to water a plant, you can either take a watering can or a hose, or they get watered also from the rain. So here we have our vegetable garden. And again, here we have, we'll go over our shapes. We have a square, a triangle, circle, a rectangle, and a diamond. And our vegetables that are growing in this garden are tomatoes, carrots, beans, lettuce, and peas. Now, if you have a garden, how many of you have a garden at your house? Right? Some people might grow flowers. Some people might just grow other plants. Some people grow vegetables. So if you do have a garden, see what kind of plants you're going to be growing in your garden. I wonder if you're going to be having a vegetable garden.